Have you ever wondered what it really takes for a college or university to even open its doors? It's not just about having great professors or a nice campus. Nope. There's this massive kind of hidden world of rules and regulations called compliance. Today, we're going to explore a blueprint for navigating this incredibly high-stakes game, where getting approval is really just the beginning.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Institution compliance is 24/7. Approval to operate is only step one. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. It's not a one-and-done deal. It's not like you check a box and move on. It is a constant, never-ending race. So what does that race actually look like?
Well, that brings us right into our first major idea. We have to look at compliance not as a single hurdle you jump over, but as this continuous journey that basically defines the life of an institution.
And this infinity loop is the perfect way to picture it. Just imagine trying to run a school when, bam, state laws change. Then federal guidelines get rewritten. Oh, and the standards for accreditation are always evolving. It's this perpetual state of vigilance, a 24/7 job just to stay in the game.
Okay, so if it's that demanding, what happens when an institution tries to, tackle all of this by themselves? Let's get into the very high cost of going it alone.
Because a single misstep isn't just a minor headache. We're talking about consequences that are absolutely huge, and they create this massive domino effect. So let's break down what those risks really look like.
First up, you've got costly delays. One tiny mistake on an application can bring everything to a screeching halt. We're talking progress is stalled, students are left in limbo, and you're just bleeding money while you scramble to fix whatever went wrong. In this world, time is literally money, and delays are incredibly expensive.
And those delays, they often lead to a bureaucratic nightmare, repeated submissions. Can you imagine getting your paperwork rejected over and over and over again? Each time, that's more time, more resources, and more energy spent fixing mistakes instead of doing what you're there to do, educate students. And then there's the big one, the one that keeps school administrators up at night. A flat-out denial of your license, your authorization, your accreditation. For an institution, this can be catastrophic. It can literally wipe out years of hard work in an instant.
So, with risks like that, it's really no surprise that many institutions look for help. And our source material introduces a potential guide for this journey. Let's see what they're proposing.
According to our source, we're talking about a group called Quantum Tech Solutions. They position themselves as way more than just consultants. They're a whole team of specialists with real-world experience in both education and IT, and they focus specifically on career and technical schools. Their main goal? To help institutions build and grow on a foundation that is solid and, most importantly, compliant.
And this just shows how comprehensive that support can be. It's not about just one thing. They're talking about educating staff, clarifying the specific rules that apply to your institution, building sustainable operations, and even helping out with program development and accreditation. It's really a holistic approach to that whole 24/7 compliance cycle we talked about.
So what's the real, tangible difference between trying to do this all by yourself versus having a guide? Let's take a look at what the source is calling the quantum advantage.
This chart just makes the contrast crystal clear. On one side, you have that solo journey. You're wrestling with unknown rules, you're wasting precious time and resources, and you're building on a pretty shaky foundation. But on the other side, the guided path, you're leveraging hands-on expert experience, you're getting solutions tailored to your actual needs, and you're building on solid business fundamentals with continuous support.
And yep, we are back to that number, 24/7. This is the absolute heart of the problem. Our source introduces this idea of fractional services to solve it. Think of it like this. It's like having a compliance expert on speed dial, providing ongoing, as-needed support to handle all the constant changes, so the institution doesn't have to carry that enormous weight all by itself.
This question from the source really just flips the script. The question isn't whether you can afford to hire help, it's whether you can afford not to. I mean, when you weigh the cost of guidance against the catastrophic cost of a major misstep, it really puts things in perspective.
And all of that leads us to a really crucial shift in how we think about this. The goal isn't just about avoiding failure, it's about using compliance as a launchpad for real, actual strategic growth.
This chart shows that progression perfectly. At the bottom, you have basic compliance. That's just survival, right? Just keeping the lights on. But once you have that solid foundation, you can start focusing on success, like increasing your enrollments. And that success opens the door to real growth, like becoming eligible for crucial funding.
Compliance becomes the bedrock for a truly thriving institution. For those who might be interested in this kind of approach, the source lays out a pretty clear path forward. You can visit the website, fill out the Work With Us form, and schedule a free 30-minute overview call.
And that really leaves us with this one final question. Is an institution's future built on a solid, deliberate blueprint, or is it just being left to chance? In a world of ever-changing rules and incredibly high stakes, the answer to that question could make all the difference. Thanks for tuning in.